He is universally celebrated as the frantic, lovelorn architect of pop-punk, but Pete Shelley's most revolutionary act wasn't the blistering speed of his guitar, it was his grammar. Unlike the hyper-aggressive macho punk bands of the late 1970s, Shelley intentionally stripped virtually all gender pronouns, he or she, out of his romantic lyrics. As a bisexual man, he deliberately wanted his fast-paced anthems about heartbreak, jealousy, and unrequited love to be universally applicable to absolutely anyone, accidentally making the Buzzcocks the most emotionally progressive and inclusive band of the entire British punk explosion. In 1976, Shelley and his bandmate Howard Devoto borrowed a car, drove to London, and convinced a completely unknown band called the Sex Pistols to come play a gig at Manchester's Lesser Free Trade Hall. Shelley and Devoto organized and financed the entire show. The gig is now widely considered one of the most important concerts in music history. The tiny audience included future legends Morrissey, The Smiths, Peter Hook and Bernard Sumner, Joy Division/New Order, and Mark E. Smith, The Fall. By bringing punk to Manchester, Shelley effectively ignited the entire Northern English indie rock revolution. Shelley's legendary buzzing guitar sound wasn't the result of expensive pedals or high-end amplifiers. Early in his career, he went to a music shop and bought a remarkably cheap Starway electric guitar that had literally been sawed in half. The previous owner had bizarrely cut off the entire top half of the wooden body. Despite looking completely ridiculous, Shelley loved it. The lack of wood gave the instrument a sharp, tinny, hyper-treble sound that perfectly defined the Buzzcocks' signature buzzsaw pop-punk tone. The Buzzcocks' greatest and most enduring hit, Ever Fallen in Love with Someone You Shouldn't Have, sounds like a raw, bleeding confession of teenage angst. However, Shelley actually lifted the iconic title straight from a classic Hollywood movie. While sitting in the television room of a Scottish guest house, he was watching a broadcast of the 1955 film adaptation of the musical Guys and Dolls. When one of the characters delivered the dialogue line, "Have you ever fallen in love with someone you shouldn't have?" Shelley's ears perked up and he immediately grabbed his guitar to write a punk song around the phrase. Before the Buzzcocks, if a band wanted to release a record, they were completely at the mercy of massive corporate record labels in London. Shelley entirely bypassed the system. In 1977, the band borrowed £500 from friends and family, recorded the Spiral Scratch EP in just 3 hours, and released it themselves on their own completely independent label, New Hormones. They packaged the records by hand and sold them out of the trunk of their car, officially proving that underground bands could distribute their own music and birthing the global DIY indie rock ethos.